Farmers, it's Wednesday the 2nd of October and we're back with some mods. So first up is Liquid Fertilizer Herbicide Station. This is by Holden HB Modding, Farmer MV and Border Farmer. 1.9 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find these two in the construction menu and under buildings and containers. So there we are, we've got two. We've got the one that's fertilizer, and then we've got the one that's for herbicide. Now these are buy points, so they're not going to be storage facilities in that sense. But obviously once you place them down, you have got the signs on them. So you got that one for fertilizer, you got that one for herbicide. You can't change the colours, they come as they are. But that being said though, I mean, they do look alright. You got a bit of rustiness around the old rivets, you got a little bit of a decoration, we'll call it that, a little bit of a hand pump just there for you. Yeah, they look alright. Right, next up is the Farm Pack LPS. This is by LPS Modding, 70.43 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them in the construction menu, and the first lot is going to be under buildings and sheds. So we'll scroll along to find them. There we are. So first up we've got Hangar 1, so that's going to cost you 25 grand. We then got Hangar 2, which is going to cost you 35 grand. We then got Hangar 3, which is also going to cost you 35 grand. Then spin it around and we've got Hangar 4, which is like an open-sided version. We then come round here, and this is where it gets a little bit random, to be fair. If we go up and into animals and under cows, so we have got the first one, 75 grand, stabilization, which is going to be that one. Stabulation 1, that's a better way of putting it. And then we then got stabulation 2. So that's going to hold 100 cows, and then the first one is going to hold 80. Now, obviously the sheds themselves, they look great. No problem. You come there, you got your light switches, turn them on, store some stuff, no problem. Then you got the 4-bay version on that one. You then got the 4-bay with a bit of a drive-through on the go at the end. And we'll spin it back round and we've got the open-sided one just there. And then we come to the cow barns, which is proper random. So we've got this side. We've got your taking out point of your slurry. We've got a taking out point icon, and we'll come back to that in a minute. We've got your loading in point for your food, and then we'll come down this side, and we've got your loading in point for your outright, your loading in point for your animal. Your animal dialogue box is just there. You got your taking out point of your milk. Now, the icon that end, it's a little bit random, and if you notice when we come down here, come like that, and we just stop. We just stop. I mean, it didn't happen the other end because the door's open. Now, if we come out of there and we open up the door, come on, open up the door. Where's the trigger for the door? There we are. Open up the door like that. Once the door's open, the collision goes away. But if you close the door, it comes back once the door's closed. Go on, when for the door closed? There we are. And now it's fine. What's going on with this? I mean, you're seeing that we got stuck there. Open and close the door, and it's like the collision's gone away. Okay, so when I first placed this down, we had a collision this end, and now it's not there. So let's close this door up. There. Now, come on, there you are. Close the door up. Is the collision going to come back? No. All right, so door's fully closed, and the collision's gone. That's just random. So all right, maybe when you place it down you do need to just open and close both doors, and then you should be all right. We then come on to this little bit. It's looking a little flat. If that's what the modder's gone for, then great. It seems a little strange that it puts this mud texture around the edge and then leaves that there. Right, and then we come on to this icon here. Now you'd think that's for taking out of manure because it's a collecting icon. We'll call it that anyway. And then you think, okay, where you going to put your straw? Now I've put straw in here. I used a trailer. Come down here, got the icon, got the trigger up, and it loaded straw in, no problem, from the trailer. Right, great, no problem. Then we come to this one. Yeah, that's it's not a taking out point for manure, but it is way. Because we come in here, we've got the same sort of situation with the ground texturing. I mean, it might just be like a painted surface. That's what they've gone for. But all right, no worries. Your food goes into there. Straw doesn't work here. Now, neither does bales. Neither does loose bales, we'll put it that way. Then we come down this end, and you've got your taking out point for your milk and your animal dialogue box just there, no problem. Now, what you've got to do on this one, rather than loose straw going into there, is you've got to get a straw blower. Yeah, okay, so we've got our straw blower on the go. So come up to the side of it. We'll in there like that. There we are, and we should get the option. There we are. So, right, overload the straw blower. So it's chucking it through the door. It's putting straw onto the ground. I mean, it's slowly doing it, let's face it. I mean, it's not going to do it that quickly. That's just a little random. I mean, we'll move this out of the way. We'll turn that off. We'll just... There you are, that's better. We'll turn it off. I mean, I've got a bale there, ready to just chuck in. And you'll notice it's not going to work. So we'll come over here. We'll put the bale exactly where it was. So we'll chuck it down. Nothing's going down. It's staying as it is. We'll come in here. And we'll go to the loading in point. And the bale's staying as it is. I mean, we'll even chuck it over the side. And come on. Oh, and there's no collisions on those bits as well. And the bale staying as it is. So for this one, you are going to need to get yourself a straw blower and chuck it in there. For the other one, you can do it with loose stuff. Oh, this is just random. And it doesn't stop there with this mod either. The randomness carries on with this one. This is Sheep Shed. This is by Namog Mod. 7.21 megabyte on the download. You're going to find them in a construction menu. And as you can imagine, under animals and sheep. So we've got those two. Both going to cost you 26 grand. And they both do the same thing. They both look exactly the same, more or less. I mean, it's a framework. It's not a problem. I mean, you put your sheep in. Yeah, okay. So we'll bang a load in. So 47 going in. No problem. So it's an open range pasture area. So maybe put a bit of grass down. No worries. They'd like coming in and, you know, fill up a munch, that sort of thing. Then you come down this side. They both work both the same. So you got your food goes into that one. You got your wool pallet spawn point just there. And then you come to the water point. That's not right. The water's sticking out. Yeah, I'll imagine that's going to need an update. But I mean, the sheep seem all right, mind you. I mean, it's trying to munch through some concrete, but all right, fair enough. I mean, apart from the water coming out, that would have been brilliant. Little open range, little free range sheep on the go. All right, we'll wait for an update. Right, next up is Wooden Honey Shed. This is by Zero Farmer, 5.99 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find both of them. Yeah, there's two in this pack in a construction menu. And under animals and bees, as you can well imagine. So first up, we've got this one, the honey pallet, well, wooden honey shed for 4 pallets. There we are. And we've also got the one for 6 pallets, but obviously you can only place one down at a time. So you go for whichever one you want. Obviously one's going to hold 4 pallets, one's going to hold 6 pallets. Stick them near some bees, collect some honey. Why not? Right, next up is Polish Wooden Shed. This is by Cookson, 4.84 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in a construction menu and under buildings and sheds. So we'll scroll along to find it. There you are, 2.5 grand to place down. And it's an open-sided one, but not an all-access open-sided one. Because obviously you've got these bars here. They are going to stop you. So you come in that side, no problem. I mean, I would say bales. Put some bales on the go in here, no problem. The old open air style is going to allow it so they don't sort of catch fire or whatever. But that's all right, that is. Right, next up is Modern Yellow Farmhouse. This is by Dudeek112, 18.02 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it in the construction menu, and as you can imagine, under buildings and farmhouses. So we'll scroll back a touch, because there it is, 65 grand to place down, and obviously, it's a house with a sleep trigger out the front. I mean, you can't go inside, so it is what it is. I mean, that looks all right. I mean, if you're into yellow, yeah, it is a little bright, I must admit. So maybe it might not fit in with everybody's farm, but yeah, it's all right, that is. Right, next up is Swedish Road Sign Pack. This is by FitPM123, 3.96 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them in the shop menu under miscellaneous. Now, there is 102 different signs. Yeah. Well, I'll show you what I mean. Well, that's what it says on the website. I haven't gone through and counted them, mind you, but I'd imagine There is a lot, because there's a lot of options to all of them. So they are the basic standard things. You got sign and you got a weight on the bottom. So on this one, so we've got like a left-hand turn, then you got a right-hand turn, and then you got the option on the bottom. So you got small or big block. Right. You've then got all of these different signs. The same sort of scenario. You change what's on the picture, and you can have a small and big block down the bottom. So we've got this one here. So that hasn't got a different colour on it, mind you. But all right, no worries. We're going to that one. So that's going to be the same. We're going to this one. Concrete block on there. So some of them have got different options. So you... And I would have to click on all the ones that don't have any changes. Oh dear, oh dear. So we'll come to this one. No, that's only got the block on the bottom. So we'll go to this one. So we've got option there. So you've got a T-junction. You've got a right-hand T-junction, a left-hand T-junction with bicycle path. And there's you go for whichever one you want. You really do. Now, obviously to pick them up, they're too heavy. They've got the weight on the bottom. You can't pick them up on your own. So you're going to need something like a forklift truck, or maybe a big bag handler, that sort of thing. So you just come up to it like that, and obviously put your straps on. There we are. And then you just, away you go. Put it where you want. Just chuck it like that. It's sort of south rights as well, so that's not bad. Yeah. All right, decorate your farmyard. Right, next up is the Dolby DX2142. This is by Dolby JD Modding ARG, 37.13 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under Cedars. Now, we've got this one here, 230 horsepower is required from your tractor, 6,448 litre capacity, although that is split between seed and fertiliser. It's got a 10.5 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 185 grand. There is no options. Now, that does look all right. I mean, it does look ace. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, I haven't really got 185 grand, but I do need a seeder. Well, there is a second version, the 2142, which is also the name of the first one, but it's a little bit of a smaller one. So 4,300 litre capacity. Obviously, that's going to do your seeds and fertiliser. Only requires 180 horsepower, and it's got a 7.5 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 165 grand, so 20 grand cheaper. Now, there is something, it's a little bit strange with this, I must admit. So, it comes out the shop like this, no problem. So, you've got your side-on attaching point. That's not strange at all. We've had that before, so no problem. Obviously, it's a fixed seeder. It's not going to fold out in that sense. So, you will need to, be a little bit more careful going down the road. I mean, it's got, well, this is 10 metre. Yeah, you're not going to be able to take that straight down the road. So, you get to your field, no problem. B and A, unfold it. Lowers it down, puts the sidebar out. Great. I mean, you have got a great animation on opening the cover. Opens the seed cover, fertilizer cover. Each one opens up like that. That's ace. Okay, so you've unfolded it. You're at your side of your field, so we'll detach from that one. Then we'll come around the side, and then we'll attach to that, so we can do some seeding in the field. No problem so far. And then we get to this point. So we're attached to it. There we are. And there's no option to put that sidebar in, which is a little bit random. Until, if you're on Xbox like me, if you do LB and right stick left and right, even though it's not showing you an option, it's going to lift the side bit up, which is random. That's just really random. I mean, we'll turn it on, lower it down. That's great. And we're going to go do a bit of seeding. Although, to be fair, there you are. Lower it down. Do a bit of seeding. Well, I've got no seed or fertiliser in, mind you. But, carry on with your shenanigans, whatever. And it hasn't got an option for that, even though you have got an option. So the help menu, it's going to be no help today. Getting this folded up. Well, that being said, once you know it's there, it's there. Once you know. But it did seem a little random. Right, next up is the KPP8. This is by Melmex, 9.68 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this requires 130 horsepower from your tractor, 8 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 11 grand, no options, and no randomness, because when I tried it, it worked fine. So, at least we got something that works properly today. Next up is the Capello Helinthius 5700. This is by Jack309, 3.42 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under harvester headers. Now, it's got 5.7 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 22.5 grand. You then got the option of logo, yes or no. On the top there, the Capello logo, no worries. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to do your main colour. Now, if you've gone for something a little random on your harvester, you might be able to match it up with this one. Oh, very nice. But next up is the Silo King Static Line Pack. This is by DD Mod Passion, 4.05 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under animals. Now, we're on a day of randomness because this is random as well, but it is what it is. So, 30,000 litre capacity, 45 grand to buy. Obviously, this is going to be for making your TMR shenanigans. But obviously, this is bought at the shop. It's not a placeable. And it doesn't end there with the randomness because you got the capacity, so 30,000 standard. You then got 1 million litres, and you then got very high, which is 10 million litres. 10 million litre capacity. Now, if you're thinking, actually, I don't really want to fill up 10 million litres in the capacity and I'll put my teeth in, well, you can go one that's already got stuff in. 45, I mean, it's the same price, to be fair. You got 30,000 litre capacity, million litres, and then 10 million litre capacity, although this one comes with the stuff already in. So for 45 grand, you can buy 10 million litres of TMR. That's a bargain. That's a bargain of the century, that is. Fair enough. And then if you want a bit of pig food, we got that one there for you. And then this only comes filled. So you got your 30,000, your 1 million, and then the 10 million litre capacity. Again, 45 grand only comes filled on the pig food. So just bear that in mind. Now, you've also got this, the N20T for transporting containers. 3.5 grand. You got the spare wheel, yes or no. You can change your chassis colour. Obviously does that bit. Your extension colour is going to do that bit. And then your rim colour, obviously going to do your rims. Now, you're going to need one of these. And this is how it comes out the shop. So you've got your trailer like that. You got the container, which has got your Silo King inside. No worries. Okay, so how do you get it from the shop? So first off, you hook up your trailer. You then do LB&A, unfold it. So that's going to spin it around like that. And then once it's done, you back up to the trailer. There we are. So we'll come close. And it pops on. No worries. Then you do fold the trailer up again. It's going to hook it up. It's going to spin it around. And then obviously away you go. You just put it wherever you like. So once you've got to your destination, you do exactly the same. Unfold it. And then once it's finished doing its whole shenanigans, it will spin around and then it will tilt down. You then do LB and X unload here. So it's going to detach from the trailer and sort of drag it in a little bit. And it is what it is. So we've now lowered it into position. This is where we wanted it. It's where we wanted it all along. So to get it unfolded, you actually need to go up to it, enter it like a vehicle, and then do LB and A unfold mixer wagon. There you are. Job done. And obviously to turn it on, you need to enter it, and then LB and X turns it on once it's doing your mixing. I mean, this is the one that hasn't got the filling stuff on. I mean, if you have got it full with 10 million litres, you're not really going to need to fill it up ever. And then if you ever wanted to move it again, you just enter it, you do LB and A, fold it up, puts it back into a container, then you get into your tractor, unfold that, and then hook it up, take it wherever you like. I mean, it's different, I'll give it that, it is different. It's not a little random, but it fits in with today, no problem. And something that's not random is the John Deere 110-112 round fender. This is by Slow Chairs Modding, 11.83 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. And this is small. 8 horsepower to be precise, 11 mile an hour top speed, 9 mile an hour working speed, 1,480 to buy. You got the option of engine output, so 8 horsepower or a big 12. 12 horsepower. Why not? You then got your wheel setup, so you got your standard, your little claws, wide tyres, or standard. Those white, they look ace, or do like that. You then got pins on rear hitch. So you got round pin, long pin, or standard. You then got attachers. So you got a 3-point. What are you going to use with 12 horsepower, or even if you've gone for the smaller one, 8 horsepower engine? I'm not sure there's anything you could use on the 3-point, but it's there if you want it. Fair enough. Now, obviously, what this does come with is the deck 110. Obviously, going to be for your bit of mowing. 1.5 meter working width, 7 mile an hour working speed, 590 to buy. No options on that. So, we've gone and got one. All you need to do is just drive over it like that. Like that. Come on, there we are. That's better. So attach it, and then away you go. A little ride-on lawnmower. I mean, there is no box for you to pick up the grass, so it is just going to chuck it out to the sides. You will need to get it up some other way. Oh, but I like it. Little ride-on John Deere. Oh, very nice. We've also got 3 new maps as well. So we've got Climb for Iceland by Marnock's Mapping, 177.57 megabyte on the download. We've got Young's Farm by Potcake, 334.74 megabyte on the download. We've got Homestead Economy by Zoli708, 225.37 megabyte on the download. Got a couple of updates as well. We've got the Elm Rochester by AE Mapping, and that doesn't need a new save, so that's alright. We've got the Package of Large Silos by Rajot G-Play. We've got 4 Fields by Omatana. There's no mention of a new save on that one, so that might be alright.